Like any fair mazes in the front rooms, navigating out of this maze is relatively simple. Hold your hand up to a wall and follow it. Really, the only thing that'll kill you here is a lack of supplies. It can take a couple of days to get from the entrance to exit, but you'll get out eventually. Just don't go too deep until you're ready for it. I've gone ahead and marked each exit, so don't worry about getting lost. The level's also pretty stable, so it's a good place to rest for a bit too. Quiet too. Of course, if you go deeper, your reflections will change. It'll be subtle at first, the shade of your shirt, the way your boots are laced, but it gets more drastic. Your face shape, the way your hair rests, how many limbs you're left with, but they're all you. You'll know if you look in their eyes. You'll see the same thoughts, the same hopes, the same pain. It's still a mirror maze though, so there's 1,000 of you. So much as a finger twitches and it's echoed across every mirror you can see. Now don't be startled if you see wretches or wanderers looking back at you in the mirrors. Not going to lie, it nearly shut my pants when it first happened to me, but they're nothing but reflections. Still, it's unsettling to see yourself changed like that. There are places though where you'll have no reflection. Don't think on it too much, looking into those mirrors won't do you any good. So there's going to be a point where you've crossed into the deepest part of the maze, but not quite at the center. At this point, the mirrors start acting more like windows, looking into places that are in the maze. You'll be looking out of mirrors, windows, puddles, television screens, anything that has a reflective surface. When you see yourself in these mirrors, it'll feel like you're the reflection. It's a disorienting feeling. Either close your eyes or look at your feet and just keep turning left. You'll find an exit eventually. Speaking of exits, there's an exit here that takes you to level 149, which is good if you want to retire. I don't recommend going to the center, not until you're ready. Of course, that's not what I did. I kept going, didn't even know why really. Told myself it was to find a way home, but it was more like I was a shark. I've been here for a long time. I've seen a lot of heartbreak, felt a lot of hope die. I needed to move. To stand still was death, and so I moved forward. It's a deep maze. It took me a bit to find the center, but I did it. I found it. The light inside the center was white, almost blinding compared to the multicolored ones everywhere else. Mirrors stood tall and surrounded me in a circle. In them I saw myself reflecting into infinity, stretching out until I could make myself out. And at the center of it all, a single mirror stood alone. It wasn't taller than the others, didn't look much different either. But when I looked into this mirror, I saw nothing but myself. Everything about myself. My flaws, my hopes, my fears, my shames, my secret, my successes, my failures. All of it reflected back at me in an impartial reflection. We tell ourselves a lot of lies, and this mirror stripped me of mine. It laid me bare with nowhere to hide. The truth of the matter was that I had traveled for so long, wandered from place to place with no purpose. The mech were just there to point me, to give me a reason to keep moving, and yet I still felt hopeless. All my travels were just a long, drawn-out way of killing myself without actually doing the deed. To see that all reflected back, well, I'm ashamed to say, but I didn't take it too well. I screamed, cried, punched the mirror over and over again, but the glass was unyielding. My hand broke from repeated punches, leaving me to just cradling my hand and sobbing. I don't know how long I was there, teetering on the edge between human and wretch, finally coming to terms with the despair in my heart. It's a funny thing, despair. It pulls at you, sucks you in, promises you'll never feel anything again. It says it's the rational choice, the right one, especially in a place that's always a dreamlike haze. Because that means you don't feel the good along with the bad, you're just in a haze of nothing. But that haze of nothing robs you of yourself, makes you an empty husk. Frankly, what makes us human is the ability to feel. It's no wonder that those who succumb to it become wretched in this nightmare. Now, sitting there, watching my reflections, since it was the only thing I could do through the tears, I did see myself become wretched. But I also saw other selves stay human. I sat against the mirror, feeling the war within me, and one of my reflections locked eyes with me. As we looked at each other, I understood I was not alone. His hand was broken too. He had seen everything about himself and he was still there. I was still there. We locked eyes with our reflections and they locked eyes with theirs, repeating into infinity. And we all understood. A part of us wanted to leave. In that moment, we became united as one. No longer would we be alone. I stood up, and with a legion of myself, we walked together in unison. We all wanted more, wanted hope in the face of despair. But more than that, we gained a reason to keep going. We spread across the maze, solving it for those who would wander in. We walked into fire, so those behind us would walk on water. We held the gaze of the void, so others can pass unnoticed. We will lead the way to safety, as many lives of ours as it takes. If you're ready, and you want to understand, look into the mirror. I'll be waiting. Find me.